Welcome to today's video. We're going to explore some of the most valuable and fascinating 5-cent Monticello Jefferson nickels, especially the rare varieties, silver issues, and unique color shades that have become major highlights in the coin collecting world. These treasures are more than just coins. They're pieces of American history, carrying both beauty and significant value. Today, collectors are actively hunting for them, making these nickels some of the most desirable coins on the market. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or someone who appreciates the history and significance of U.S. currency, this video is made just for you. Let's get started. The United Kingdom dated 1973. Although small in denomination, this coin carries great historical importance and has become a sought-after treasure among collectors all over the world. If you are a coin enthusiast, or even someone who has just discovered this coin tucked away in a drawer or family collection, you are in for a fascinating story about its origin, significance, rarity, and market value today. The 5-cent coin of 1973 is tied to an important period in British monetary history. By the early 1970s, the United Kingdom had completed the transition to decimal currency, and new coinage was being introduced to replace the older pre-decimal system. The 5p coin was equivalent to 1 shilling in the old system, and the 1973 issue was one of the first few years of this new decimal design. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was widely admired and used on British coinage for decades. On the reverse side, the coin bears the crowned thistle, symbolizing Scotland and showcasing the rich heritage and pride of the United Kingdom. Collectors value this coin not only for its historical context, but also for the fact that 1973 marked a special year. This was the time when the UK officially entered the European Economic Community, and coins of that year are often connected with this significant political milestone. While millions of coins were minted for circulation, finding a 1973 5-cent coin in fine condition is becoming increasingly rare, especially since most circulated coins from that time show heavy wear due to regular use. When it comes to rarity and condition, these factors play a major role in determining collector demand. A coin from 1973 that has survived in fine or uncirculated condition, with clear details on the Queen's portrait and a sharp thistle design, holds far greater value than a coin with scratches, dents, or faded features. Collectors specifically search for coins that maintain their original luster and crisp strike, as these represent a true preservation of history. The demand for such pieces is rising steadily, especially as collectors of British coinage and international numismatics communities continue to expand. Now, let us talk about the current market value of this rare 5-cent coin of the United Kingdom from 1973. In today's collector's market, a circulated coin in average condition might only fetch around $1 to $2, but a coin in fine or extremely fine condition can easily command a much higher value. Depending on the rarity of the condition, these coins have been known to sell anywhere between $10,000 and even up to $50,000 for exceptionally well-preserved examples. Proof issues and special mint strikes, when available, are considered premium pieces and can fetch even higher prices. What truly matters is the quality and originality of the coin, as collectors are willing to pay significantly more for coins that appear untouched by time. For collectors who are interested in owning or trading this coin, here are some important tips to keep in mind. Always examine the coin closely for wear and preservation, as even the smallest details can affect value. Storing the coin in protective cases or holders will help prevent further damage, especially if it is already in fine condition. When purchasing, always ensure authenticity by dealing with reputable coin dealers or auction houses, as the growing demand for rare coins has led to an increase in replicas. Finally, remember that patience is key. Over time, the value of such coins tends to rise, especially as they become scarcer in higher grades. In conclusion, the 5-cent coin of the United Kingdom from 1973 is much more than just a small piece of metal. It represents a transition in British history, carries cultural symbolism, and holds a growing place in the world of numismatics. In fine condition, it is not only a collectible but also a potential investment, as demand continues to grow for well-preserved coins from this era. If you happen to own one, consider yourself fortunate, and if you are still on the lookout, now is the perfect time to add this coin to your collection. With its historical charm and increasing rarity, this coin is proof that even the smallest denomination can have a big story to tell and a bright future in the collector's market. Let's get started up the incredible story behind the 5-cent coin of the United Kingdom from 1964. At first glance, this may seem like a small and ordinary coin, but the truth is that it carries within it a rich story of British history, culture, and monetary transition. In fine condition, this coin is not just another piece of change, but a collectible treasure with growing demand in today's numismatic market. So, whether you have one in your personal collection, discovered it in an old drawer, or are considering adding it to your set, stay with us as we uncover why this coin is special, how rare it really is, and what its current market value looks like in today's collector scene. The year 1964 holds great importance in the story of British coinage. This was a period just 7 years before decimalisation would forever change the face of UK currency. Before 1971, the British system of pounds, shillings, and pence was a complex yet deeply traditional structure, and the 1964 issue is a reflection of that era. On the obverse side of this coin, you will find the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This particular portrait is one of the most admired in the history of British coinage, capturing the young queen with a laurel wreath, symbolizing peace and dignity. It represented a fresh and hopeful image of the monarchy during the 1950s and 1960s, and its presence on this 1964 coin adds immense historical and sentimental value. On the reverse side, the design featured symbols of British pride, often incorporating emblems like the crowned thistle, representing Scotland, tying together the strength and unity of the United Kingdom. When we look at the background value of this coin, it's important to understand its place in the broader economic and political landscape. By 1964, Britain was already considering moving away from the old system of coinage, which had been in place for centuries. Every coin minted during these years carries the weight of a changing era. This makes the 1964 coin not only a piece of currency, but also a reminder of the last decades of pre-decimal money. It is a true collectible for those who appreciate the story behind the metal. Many collectors view this coin as a bridge between the old and the new, an affordable yet meaningful way to own a piece of British history that was soon to disappear from daily use. Now, let us discuss rarity and why this coin has collector demand today. The 1964 issue was minted in large numbers for circulation, which means that at first glance, it may not appear to be rare. However, the real rarity comes not from how many were made, but how many have survived in high-quality condition. Most of these coins were heavily used in daily commerce. By the time decimalisation arrived in 1971, many of them were withdrawn, melted down, or left worn and damaged after years of circulation. Finding a coin from this year that still maintains its original shine, sharp edges, and crisp details is far from easy. Collectors prize coins in fine or very fine condition because they represent the best-preserved survivors of an everyday coin. The fewer pristine examples available on the market, the more competitive collectors become in their hunt to secure them, which naturally pushes demand higher. So, what is the current market value of a 1964 United Kingdom 5-cent coin today? The price depends heavily on condition. Circulated examples that are worn and damaged may only sell for $1 to $2 at best. However, when you step into the realm of coins in fine, very fine, or even uncirculated condition, the story changes dramatically. A well-preserved coin with clear details and minimal wear can sell anywhere between $10,000 and $25,000. Extremely fine and near uncirculated examples can command even higher prices, ranging from $30,000 to $50,000 depending on the buyer and the rarity of the strike. In some cases, proof sets or coins preserved in original mint packaging can sell for significantly more, as these represent the absolute top tier of preservation. What is truly exciting is that the value of these coins continues to rise year after year, as collectors around the world are becoming more interested in coins from Queen Elizabeth II's early reign. With her passing in recent years, Demand for coins featuring her youthful portrait has grown even more as people seek out keepsakes that represent her long and influential time on the throne. For collectors, there are some essential tips to keep in mind when it comes to owning and preserving this coin. First, always handle coins carefully, ideally using cotton gloves, because fingerprints, scratches, and exposure to moisture can reduce value over time. Storing your coin in a protective case or capsule is one of the best investments you can make to ensure it remains in its current condition. Second, when purchasing a 1964 5-cent coin, authenticity is key. Always buy from trusted dealers, certified auction houses, or reliable online platforms where provenance can be verified. Counterfeit and replica coins are becoming more common as demand grows, so taking precautions is important. Third, consider the bigger picture. Collectors often find that completing a full set of coins from the 1960s increases overall value and makes the collection more appealing. Including a high-quality 1964 example as part of that set can boost its desirability. Lastly, be patient. Coin collecting is not only about owning something rare today, but also about watching its value grow over the years. A coin you purchase now for $20 could be worth several times that amount in the future, especially as the supply of fine-condition examples continues to shrink. In conclusion, the 5-cent coin of the United Kingdom from 1964 is far more than a small piece of pocket change. It is a piece of history, a symbol of an era that was soon to fade away, and a collectible that carries great cultural and monetary value. Its youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, its connection to the final years of pre-decimal currency, and its increasing scarcity in fine condition all make it a highly desirable coin among collectors. In today's market, its value continues to climb, especially as global interest in British coinage grows. If you own one of these coins in fine condition, consider yourself fortunate, as you are holding a piece of history that grows more valuable with time. If you do not yet have one, now is the perfect opportunity to add this treasure to your collection before demand drives prices even higher. The 1964 5-cent coin proves that even the smallest denominations can tell the biggest stories, and for collectors, that story is worth every dollar invested. Let's get started up in this episode. We will be diving deep into the fascinating story of a United Kingdom 5-cent coin from 1971, a coin that carries historical weight, collector appeal, and a rising market value in today's numismatic community. At first glance, the coin might seem like a simple piece of currency from decades past, but in reality, it holds a special place in the world of coin collecting because of its connection to one of the most important changes in British monetary history. In fine condition, this coin is not just a collectible but also a treasure of growing demand, and today we will explore its background, rarity, current value, and tips for collectors who want to preserve or invest in this piece of heritage. The year 1971 was nothing short of revolutionary for British currency. It marked the historic moment when the United Kingdom officially abandoned the centuries-old system of pounds, shillings, and pence in favor of decimalization. This transformation streamlined the currency system into a simpler, more modern structure where 1 pound equaled 100 new pence. The 5-cent coin, or more accurately the 5 new pence coin, was introduced as part of this sweeping reform. On the obverse side of the 1971 coin, you'll find the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This version of the Queen's likeness became one of the most recognized images worldwide, as it graced many of the coins of the new decimal era. On the reverse side, the design featured the crowned thistle, the national emblem of Scotland, symbolizing strength, unity, and tradition in a modernized United Kingdom. The design made the coin instantly recognizable and gave it a visual connection to Britain's proud heritage while embracing change. From a historical and background perspective, the 1971 issue is particularly significant because it was part of the very first year of decimal coinage. Collectors often place a premium on first year of issue coins because they symbolize the beginning of a new chapter. For Britain, decimalization was not just about coins, it was about modernization, economic reform, and aligning with international standards. Owning a 1971 5-cent coin is like owning a piece of history that represents progress, change, and national identity. For this reason alone, it holds tremendous value to numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. Now, let's explore rarity and condition, two of the most important factors for collector demand. Millions of 5-cent coins were produced in 1971 to ensure that the public had enough currency to transition smoothly into the new system. However, because the coin was heavily used in daily circulation, finding examples in fine or uncirculated condition is far less common today. The majority of coins from this year show significant wear from decades of use. Scratches, dull surfaces, and worn-out details are extremely common. This is why coins in fine condition, those that still have sharp details, a clear portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and a distinct thistle on the reverse, are highly sought after. For serious collectors, the goal is always to find coins that have survived the test of time without losing their beauty or design clarity. The coins in pristine condition stand out dramatically against the average worn examples, which is what makes them rare and in demand. When it comes to the current market value of the 1971 5-cent coin, the range depends greatly on condition. A heavily circulated coin with lots of wear might sell for only $1 or less, as these are quite common. However, coins in fine or very fine condition immediately climb in value, selling between $23,000 and $45,000. Extremely fine or uncirculated examples, which are much harder to find, can command even higher prices, ranging from $33,000 up to $55,000 or more in auctions and specialist coin markets. Proof coins from the 1971 issue, often kept in original mint packaging, are considered premium pieces and can reach well above thousands of dollars depending on demand. What makes this coin even more appealing is that its value continues to rise steadily because collectors all over the world place importance on the first decimal coinage series of the UK. With each passing year, high-quality 1971 coins become harder to find, and as supply drops, prices rise. For collectors who want to own, protect, or sell this coin, there are a few essential tips to keep in mind. First, preservation is critical. If you already own a 1971 5-cent coin in fine condition, store it properly in a coin holder or capsule to avoid scratches, tarnish, or environmental damage. Second, always be cautious when buying. With demand growing, replicas and misleading copies sometimes appear in the market. To avoid disappointment, only purchase from trusted dealers or auction houses with strong reputations. Third, consider the coin as part of a larger collection. Many collectors aim to gather the complete set of 1971 decimal coins, which includes the 1 new penny, 2 new pence, 5 new pence, 10 new pence, and 50 new pence coins. A complete set, especially in high-grade condition, greatly increases overall value. Finally, think long-term. Coins from significant historical moments almost always rise in value over time, and the 1971 issue is no exception. With patience, this coin could become a more valuable asset as collector interest continues to grow. In conclusion, the 5-cent coin of the United Kingdom from 1971 is more than just a small denomination from decades past. It is a symbol of change, progress, and national pride. As part of the first decimal series, it represents one of the most important transformations in British currency history. In fine condition, it is rare, beautiful, and increasingly in demand among collectors. Its market value today is already promising, and with global interest in British coinage continuing to expand, its worth is set to climb even higher in the future. If you own this coin, you hold a piece of history in your hands, and if you don't yet have one, now is the perfect time to secure it before demand drives prices even higher. The 1971 5-cent coin is living proof that even the smallest coins can carry some of the biggest stories, making it one of the most exciting and rewarding coins to collect today.